Welcome to Vintage Vignettes. Get ready to explore history's quirkiest inventions that will leave you amazed. From bizarre gadgets to groundbreaking innovations, let's dive into the past together. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Alcatraz was one of America's most famous prisons, housing many notorious criminals. However, on March 21st, 1963, when it was closed, this renowned prison released its final inmates. This historic photo captures the somber walk of the last prisoners leaving Alcatraz. For years, this prison was deemed inescapable and witnessed countless stories during its 29 years of operation. The closure of Alcatraz remains one of the most iconic moments in prison history. This intriguing photograph from 1937 shows metal cages designed for apartment-dwelling babies to get more light and fresh air. These cages were attached outside windows to allow babies to safely spend time outdoors. In areas with dense city life and limited green spaces, such solutions were devised to maintain the health of infants. Although seen as quite dangerous and peculiar today, this practice reflects the living conditions and health concepts of that era. This breathtaking photograph from 1932 shows workers engaged in the painting of the Eiffel Tower. As a symbol of Paris, the Eiffel Tower requires regular maintenance, including periodic painting to keep it looking pristine. The courageous workers in the photo are seen high above the city, working with great care and bravery to preserve this iconic structure. This image not only captures the challenging and dangerous nature of maintaining such an engineering marvel, but also highlights the dedication of these workers who risked their lives to maintain the grandeur of Paris's most famous landmark. In 1967, Sweden undertook a historic traffic change. On September 3, 1967, known as Dagen H-Day, the traffic flow switched from driving on the left side of the road to the right. This photograph captures the chaos and confusion that ensued the morning after the change. The switch required significant adaptation from both drivers and pedestrians. This change was part of Sweden's efforts to improve traffic safety and was supported by a nationwide organization and education campaign. The photo captures a historical moment, symbolizing a major national transformation. In 1918, with the end of World War I, a massive crowd gathered in New York to witness a colossal pyramid constructed from German soldiers' helmets. It symbolized the hardships of the war and the triumph of victory. The display aimed to boost public morale and celebrate the achievements gained from the war. During the Russo-Japanese War of 1904-1905, the harsh conditions on the front lines forced soldiers to find practical solutions. In the photo, soldiers are seen bathing in water-filled tubs, buried in the ground. This image highlights the harsh and challenging nature of war, as well as the daily struggles faced by soldiers. It also provides an intriguing glimpse into the hygiene standards of that era. In 1972, this photo captured one of the most dramatic moments in aviation history. A Delta Airlines plane had been hijacked, with hijackers demanding a ransom of $1 million in exchange for the passengers' lives. This image shows an FBI agent approaching the plane to deliver the ransom. The incident garnered significant media attention at the time and led to profound changes in aviation security protocols. This poignant photograph, taken in Chicago in 1948, captures the heartbreaking reality of economic hardship following World War II. Due to severe financial struggles, some families found themselves unable to support their children. This image immortalizes the moment when a mother, in sheer desperation, put up a sign offering her children for sale. It stands as a stark reminder of one of the darkest and most challenging periods in American history, illustrating the depths of despair some were forced to endure. On May 6, 1937, the Hindenburg Zeppelin caught fire and crashed while attempting to land at Lakehurst Naval Air Station in New Jersey. This tragic event went down in history as the greatest Zeppelin disaster. At the time of the accident, the Hindenburg was carrying 97 crew members and passengers, along with ground workers. The disaster resulted in the loss of 36 lives. The Hindenburg disaster raised serious doubts about the reliability of Zeppelins and increased calls for the use of helium instead of hydrogen. This dramatic photograph is one of the most famous images of the burning Zeppelin, symbolizing the dangers of air travel and one of the tragic moments in human history. This photograph from 1923 captures the moment a newly produced bulletproof vest is being tested. Two men are involved in this daring demonstration of the vest's effectiveness. The man on the left wears the vest and stands in the line of fire, while the man on the right tests the vest's durability by shooting at it with a handgun. Such tests were conducted to determine if the vest could truly protect against bullets. This image highlights how safety technologies were developed and tested during that era, and it also showcases the bravery of individuals who risked their own safety for the sake of scientific and technological progress. This striking photograph shows a group of Belgian miners crammed into a narrow elevator as they descend into a mine in the early 1900s. Mining at that time was an extremely arduous and dangerous job. Miners had to work long hours in dark, confined, and poorly ventilated tunnels, far from daylight. This elevator ride was just the beginning of the daily dangers they faced. The image starkly illustrates the harsh realities of a miner's life and the inadequate safety measures of the era. It also symbolizes the hardships brought by the Industrial Revolution and the resilience of the workers who toiled under such grueling conditions. This striking photograph reveals a time in the United States when children could be sent through the mail. After the parcel post service began in 1913, some families took advantage of this new system to send their children to relatives or caretakers, paying only the postage fee. In this image, a postal worker is seen carrying a child in his mailbag. However, this practice was soon deemed dangerous and inappropriate, leading to its prohibition. This photo remains an interesting and surprising anecdote about the historical uses of the postal system. This historic photograph from 1967 captures the moment when race officials attempted to hinder Catherine Switzer, the first woman to officially enter the Boston Marathon. Despite their efforts to remove her from the race, Switzer continued to run with determination. She successfully completed the marathon, making history and playing a crucial role in lifting the bans on women competing in marathons. This image stands as a powerful symbol of perseverance and the fight for equality. This photograph, taken in 1912, is the last known image of the legendary Titanic before it sank. The colossal ship, heralded as unsinkable, tragically met its end in the cold waters of the North Atlantic after colliding with an iceberg. This image captures the majestic yet sorrowful final voyage of the Titanic. As one of the greatest maritime disasters in history, the sinking of the Titanic is immortalized through this photograph, highlighting the magnitude of the tragedy. This iconic photograph shows the genius inventor Nikola Tesla working with his Tesla coil in his laboratory. The Tesla coil is a circuit designed to produce high voltage, low current, high-frequency, alternating current electricity. With this invention, Tesla made groundbreaking advancements in the field of electricity and magnetism. In the photo, Tesla is seen sitting in the background while massive electric sparks dance around him. This image captures Tesla's innovative spirit and passion for scientific discovery. The Tesla coil is still used today in electrical demonstrations and radio technology, keeping Tesla's legacy alive. This iconic photograph, taken in 1968, depicts a brave citizen standing against Soviet tanks during the Prague Spring in Czechoslovakia. The Prague Spring was a movement initiated to bring more liberal and democratic reforms to Czechoslovakia, but it was crushed by the harsh intervention of the Soviet Union. This image has gone down in history as a powerful symbol of individual resistance and the quest for freedom. The courage displayed by a lone man standing before a massive tank inspired people around the world and remains etched in memory as one of the most significant moments in history. This Pulitzer Prize-winning photograph, taken in 1965, starkly portrays the horrors of the Vietnam War. A mother wades through a water-filled ditch with her children, trying to escape the bombing. The image powerfully illustrates the devastating impact of war on innocent civilians and a mother's desperate effort to protect her children. Thanks for watching Vintage Vignettes. If you enjoyed this trip through history's quirkiest inventions, Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating stories and photos. See you in the next video.